Let's do a little bit of practice together here, shall we? I think it would be great to do some practice and really try this out yourself. I'm going to look at these three angles and I'm going to determine if they are acute or obtuse or if they are right. Now remember, a right angle has a 90-degree angle. It has that square. So right away, I'm going to just pause here. You can pause if you need to in your mind or on a piece of paper if you want to. Label which of these you think is the right angle. All right, did you think it was this middle one here? If you did, you got it right. There's the right angle. Now, which one is the acute angle? Now remember, an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So look for the degree, the angle here, that is less than 90 degrees. Is 105 less than 90 degrees? No. Is 48 less than 90 degrees? Yes, it is. So I'm going to label that one acute. And I guess that kind of gives away the last one too, doesn't it? Is 105 greater than 90 degrees? It sure is. All right, so we've labeled these angles. Let's take a look. I've got another one here. This one's a little trickier. Here's some kind of a greater number of angles. So in your notebook now, this is practicing with me, I'm going to have you try it first, give it a shot, and then I will go through and figure out which is which. So go ahead and pause the video now, and then in your math notebook, go ahead and write A through G, and I want you to either write acute, right, or obtuse. Acute, right, or obtuse. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, so let's see how you did. I'm going to start with A here. Okay, A says it's 116 degrees. So 90 degrees is a right angle. If it's greater than 90, we know it's obtuse. So we know that A is obtuse. Let's see, how hard is it to add some text here? Might be a little tricky. All right. How about B? Let's take a look at B. B is a small angle. It's 12 degrees. Is 12 greater than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees? 12 is less than 90 degrees. That's easy. So we're going to take this here, copy, and paste that right down here. All right. And oh, that was acute. That wasn't it. All right, next up is C. C is 62 degrees. Is 62 greater than 90 or less than 90? Less than 90. 62 is less than 90. All right. And D over here, D is 112 degrees. 112 degrees is greater than 90, so that is obtuse. Oops. That is obtuse. All right, and E is 71 degrees. 71 degrees is less than 90, so that is acute. It's very acute. And let's see here, we still got it is acute. And F is a square. That tells us that symbol means it's 90 degrees. You can write 90 degrees, but most of the time, mathematicians and use that square as kind of a shortcut to tell us that that is a right angle. It's a shortcut that we are allowed to use. All right. And last but not least is G, 168 degrees. That is a very large angle. You can tell that's obtuse because it is such a large angle. All right, how did you do? If you had any trouble with that, you can always go back and rewind here a little bit and try it again. And that is it for the lesson. Next up, I want to show you a little bit about how you might do some follow-up work. Kind of two obvious options here. One option, and I mean, anything that you think would be fun or cool, you are welcome to do. One option would be, of course, to make an artistic poster. Maybe make a skyline, design a bridge, build something or draw something artistic with lots of angles. I'm sure you can recall, and I'll find some examples of artwork that includes angles, but in geometry you have to use a ruler, because geometry is kind of a combination of art and math, and your straight lines matter. It doesn't matter how wiggly I draw a 3, it's still a 3 because it just represents a 3. But in geometry, you are actually designing something, and so you need to use a ruler. And again, use. I would just use like just a simple 90-degree angle that you can find around the house, like a book or something, to start with. And just test some angles, make some smaller than 90 degrees and some greater. We'll get more into measuring angles in a couple weeks, but for now, we just want to know, is it bigger than 90 degrees or smaller than 90 degrees, or is it exactly 90 degrees? I'm going to show you something else cool that you can do. So if I hop out of my slideshow here, I'm going to hop into this app called Notability. A lot of you, I believe, used it last year. Now in Notability, I kind of have it just default to graph paper here. I can use Notability to take pictures of stuff around my house. So I can actually do a scavenger hunt around my house and look for angles. So I'm going to do a little bit of that right now. So I'm going to press this plus button up here towards the top of this screen, and go to my camera. And when I open up my camera, that's going to allow me to kind of look around here and see if I can find any 90-degree angles. Let's take a look here. Or not only any angles, doesn't have to be 90-degree angles, but here's a cool angle on this painting. I like that. So I'm going to take a picture of that, and that'll work. I'm going to use that photo. So once I have my photo, I'm now able to draw on it. And so what I would ask is that any work that you do to finish this angle work, whether you're making a poster or taking pictures in Notability, that you label the angles that you find, because that's showing me that you understand what these angles are. So I'm going to select a nice bright color, a nice bright pink, a little bit thicker line there, and I'm going to show that I found a 90-degree angle here. And what symbol will I use? I could write 90 degrees, or I could just put a square here to show that I found, oh, that's not a square, is it? To show that I found a 90-degree angle. There we go. So there's one angle, and I'm going to label it right angle. All right. Next up, I'm going to see if I can find an angle that's greater than 90 degrees, and I think I found one. So I'm going to press that plus again. See this plus up here? That plus is how I get to the camera. And I think I found an angle that's greater than 90 degrees up here. Oh yeah, that's more than 90. It's a very wide angle, so I'll use that one. Perfect. Okay, where'd that photo go? Oh, there it is. It went right on top of my other one. That's not good. There we go. Okay, so this angle is more than 90 degrees. Maybe I'll use a different color for this one. There's that, and here we go. There we go. So it's not 90 degrees, so I'm going to put a curve here to show the angle that I'm measuring. And that is more than 90 degrees, so I'm going to label it as an obtuse angle. So try to find 5 or 10 angles around your house. The more creative, the better. And we'll share about our angles next week that we found. And just have some fun with this project. It's going to be a blast. Make sure that any work that you do, whether it's a poster, something you draw, or pictures you take, that you submit it in the geometry folder for this week. And let me know if you have any questions, and